Underdog Daily. I was gonna say for the memories only, behind the paywall. No. Forward facing today, Nezzy. We are hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people. Are we back to full speed, my friend? 'Cause we are
Oh
back.
man,
We are
as
back.
full as full gets right now. I'm still in recovery mode. When you get our age, man. I'm no Philip Rivers, but like when you get my age, a weekend full of beers, it takes more than just a day to get fully back to whatever 100% is for
Uh,
us these days. But no, I'm doing well. I'm doing well,
hey,
man. Certainly miss you. Certainly miss the fellas. But had a great time, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's just talk about it. Light NBA slate today. We got NBA Cup the next 2 days. And then I thought we'd have an absolute banger of a slate on Thursday, and even that one's kind of short. So gonna be like kind of light work in NBA this week. So we're gonna have lots of time to talk Dawg Bowl. Hopefully we get to talk to the champ at some point there. Shout out to Cognition. Well deserved, man. Little Blake Corum scroll there, well earned. Yeah, multiple time qualifier now. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk to him at some point. Couldn't make it work today, but I do have his word. I do have his word while he was holding a big check that he's going to try his best to make it work if it would work for us. So
You waited until the moment of peak euphoria to get him to commit to something. You could have got him to commit to anything at that point in time.
it's so true. It's so true. He's holding the cup here, the check here. We just exploded stuff over his head. And I was like, yeah, winner circle, right, bro? Winner circle immediately, right?
Yes. Like this dude has never once uh, offered to come on the show, but yeah, we got him. We
We
got him.
got him
So
now.
no, he,
Well,
he was really cool. I got to talk to him a little bit as well.
yeah, so second time meeting him, obviously, because we met him in Miami the first go around there, and then there with his wife, pretty quiet guy, but obviously dialed and really into it. Really nice once you get talking to him and get him to open up there. Yeah, man, let's talk like just macro the whole weekend and lay it out for people. But as we do so, I just want to bring up a picture of him with the check and all that good stuff, in case people hadn't seen yet. Man, we're on the ones and twos now without Pete around to run the streams. I got to get back, knock off the rust here a little bit. There's your champ, guys. There is your 2025 Dawg Bowl champion, Cognition 10. 200 dimes, took the big slurp out of the Dawg Bowl there. Some of it was live on the tail end of the stream that we did with Pete on Pete's channel there. But all in all, man, just another 10 out of 10 weekend. Underdog keeps leveling up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this one was like they keep improving on the experience, like you said. This one, I wasn't able to make it to the San Diego NBA Dog Bowl, but as far as like NFL experiences go, this is like where I loved my Miami experience. I had so much fun. They did a lot for us, but like the difference between this one and Miami is just like night and day. I mean, the draft experience, even it just this was like easily, the best one yet. And there was so many fun activities for everybody. Underdog, crushed it, knocked it out of the park, and then just like being able to hang with everybody, dude, and getting to see everybody's so cool. That's like the biggest takeaway for me is like everybody is just like very, very cool in real
Yeah,
life.
man.
So I would
It
love for like more opportunities to get to hang with people outside of this, because it's just such a blast every time.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, Nez. I think there is like there's a bridging of the gap between Dawg Bowl and ship chasing meetup here. And it's gonna be something of, and maybe the onus is on us to make it happen and get it
Might be.
together. Yeah, because it is there's so many people who, you know, the FOMO was real of the draft community that just wanted to be there and experience, hey, 5 more for a goal line stand. Let's rip these drafts together and just feel a part of it all, right? Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. Inthrius might be on it. Maybe it's Badge Fest. Speaking of which, shout out Gunnar Ross. I got my badge right here. Badge Fest 2026. Maybe there's something there, right? Where it's like there are so many people, and as it gets harder and harder to qualify for these events and the player pool gets bigger and bigger, that we can just have like a genuine neutral site meetup where we all just get together and draft, or maybe have contests for there, like, little wrinkles and additives that like people aren't privy to behind closed doors. 5K free roll at the Dawg Bowl right after we finished drafting the Dawg Bowl. We ripped a hoops draft with everybody in the room, kind of thing. Like just little stuff like that goes so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the possibilities are endless. We might have to figure this out. We might have to figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll walk through some of the lineups and talk through, the winners and how they got there. But a couple other things I want to just share with the community. Maybe we'll go back to the just the two of us and chat about the weekend there, Nez. But yeah, I think sentiment echoed from the community that Underdog knocked it out of the park. I didn't hear one single complaint about any damn thing, and every person who's there and experiencing it for the first time tells us, oh yeah, you guys don't hype it, you guys don't shill it on the show. It genuinely is just this good and this enjoyable once we all get together and at this. I mean, like, we're at the same hotel as the Houston Texans. Like, like they're taking care of us, right? Like, yeah, Bobby Witt's walking in the facility right before we're walking in the facility for the drafts. We go to the party, like Vinny P's just rolling through. Like, it truly is the standard now, and it's very cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, just a great time. Just a awesome experience. Got to chop it up with Brett Coleman. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, true ball knower.
Just chatting ball with Brett. Like that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool, like, full circle moment. I was listening to Brett Coleman, on various podcasts and stuff, like well before things got real over here. So like that was like a very cool. I had to let him know, like how long I've been listening to him and whatnot, and just like talking ball with him, was pretty sick.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, the Madden guys were there. They were a lot of fun to hang out with. Shout out Papa Zerks, baby. Papa Zerks always out there with the Zerksy. I love it, dude. Swift was there, that sort of stuff. Settlement Boys and the Snapback crew. Rudman celebrating like crazy on the Miami stuff. I got to say, apologies, Nez, to my guy, Jay Baconator. I was going to hang out and rip drafts with him at the airport yesterday. And I said, hey, I'll be back in 5. And then I ran into a contingency of the Underdog crew that had access to the free drinks and food at the suite there. And I was hey, deuces, Jay Baconator, my bad.
That's so funny. We can't forget either. Maybe close to 101, maybe 101 of media personalities we had to hang out with. Pat Mayo.
Oh,
what a beauty.
Yeah, just funny as hell on and off camera. True beauty. Unfortunate, the blessing and a curse of the Sunday night. So after we finished our stream there and we did the celebration and stuff, we were supposed to go live with Pat and kind of do a Sunday recap show, and things just weren't cooperating. And it was kind of blessing and a curse because it allowed us to then just be like, hey, should we go to the Chiefs game and go experience? So, yeah, kind of a blessing, Chris. We'll have to run that one back with Mayo in the future there.
I do wonder if he left that live stream up. That would be kind of funny to see. It's like 10 minutes long.
We should go check it out.
Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. Actually, I felt pretty bad for him. It wasn't our fault.
No.
But yeah, I did feel bad. His audience expects a lot out of him, way more than you guys expect out of us. I will say, we have a disaster stream. Everyone's like, average badge bro stream. Yeah. Mayo's viewers were not happy with him. I felt bad,
dude. Yeah, because they're accustomed to such a level of production at the Mayo.
Yes,
like he was walking me through it, man. Like 2,200 square foot studio. And he's got like multiple producers. He's got the full setup. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm in like the little nook adjacent to the office. Like, yeah, totally different standard.
Yeah. No in-house producers here yet, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day, dude. A couple other cool things. Kind of unfortunate that the Dawg Bowl Pick'em winner was one of the 3 not there, because we hung out with Bob and Captain James all weekend, had a fun time with them. And I think Pick'em Dawg Bowl, I think it has legs, man. I think it has legs in a big way. And, we kind of talked our way through it progressively on the show. We were all playing the token like in this community, but I think it's got scalability, and I think I think it's got legs in the future here. We didn't really talk about it a ton on the stream, but effectively they had to make, 10 picks from Sunday and from each side of the game. So I guess they omitted one game from the main slate, and then you had to play one side or the other, you had to play both sides of each game. So it was like a total of 20 picks, and you could play highers and lowers. Yeah, it was a pretty cool setup. It's just like it wasn't like it wasn't like fully popularized and whatever. It kind of felt like year one Dawg Bowl, where it's like, okay, let's circle back this in the calendar year and see what we can do with it.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about the rules or
Right.
anything like that. I'm not gonna lie. So
Right.
got to talk to Bob though. Shout out Bob in the chat. Great hang, great dude. And yeah, he was kind of explaining a lot of that to me.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. All in all, just warm and fuzzy feelings whenever we come back from these events. Like, even if the travel's long, or even if the weather doesn't cooperate, like in Dallas, or it's cold in KC or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because it's warm and fuzzy feelings every single time we come back from these events, because it truly is, man. Like, it's a big highlight on my calendar, and I hope everybody that had the ability to attend felt the same way, and I hope that everybody who was able to play alongside at home, because that was by far the most streaming and content we had done while at these ones. Like, shout out to Pete for being on the grind and ahead with that stuff, but like, we did like 10, 11 hours while we were there and at these parties. So I really hope the people at home felt like they were kind of like a part of it for the weekend, because it truly is an extension of our community event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I thought we did a pretty good job of coverage. I will say we did a lot. We did a lot.
Shout out us.
I'm trying to hang and drink, man. You guys got me working. What the heck? I totally misunderstood the terms of our partnership. I have to work at these things.
Yeah,
come on.
Incredible, man. Shout out to David rolling through, dropping off 5 Bad Bros memberships at the door here. We'll make good on those this week. At least one members only show. Yeah, we'll talk about tomorrow, because it's literally just 2 games of NBA. We might have to mix in. I don't know, man. We were talking to Mayo about like the PGA stuff and some of the scramble stuff. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but we could maybe start with some playoff best ball or something like that. We'll talk about it behind closed doors here. But yeah, I mean, for today, Nez, we could talk about the best ball advancement stuff. I've still not taken a look there. We'll talk about some community winners, and then we'll do the NBA kind of walkthrough there. I guess probably best to just start with the winners and the runners up at the Dawg Bowl then, and pull up the final leaderboard there, and just kind of bookend the experience with the contest itself here.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Cognition, obviously big champion there. 200 dimes. Obviously it says 190 on here because he already collected the 10 in the experience in getting there. We talked about this on the stream and stuff. This team could have done even better with, which is crazy to think. Bretton Strange with a called back touchdown. Michael Pittman Jr. with a called back touchdown there. The Blake Corum, one of 2 shares in the contest, gets home in a big way. And he called his shot, man. This was literally from draft 1. And this was front end of draft board of draft 1. And we talked about, is someone going to go and just go get Josh Allen because he's the guy that can separate? And sure enough, Nez, that's exactly what happens. Cognition takes him at 5 there, calls his shot on Harvey next. Flowers, which was one of Pete's favorite plays there. And then the Strange Pittman mini correlation, and then scroll the F down at the running back position, the Corum share there. This actually had 2 of the best scroll the F downs in it this draft, with the Tony Redacted slate break performance and then the Corum performance there.
Yeah, that Broflex team was nasty.
Yeah.
It ended up being a pretty good team because that Love to Watson stack ended up being pretty nice, which we kind of were worried about the chalkiness of it, but that smacked. But yeah, Cognition, man, it was pretty funny. I don't know if it was during this draft. I think it was. I was asking you guys, like, how many Corum teams do you think would get picked? And I set the I set the over, the high or lower at 1.5, and it ended up being a sweat. Two Blake Corum teams went.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, didn't expect the 50-yard scamper to the house, but I did think that he had room to smash. So shout out Cognition, man. What a sick team.
Yeah, no, very much so, man. Yeah, that was interesting that like he did it in the first draft, and I was like, whoa, is that going to become the norm here? And then you made that 1.5 there, and we only got one other one the rest of the way there. Because some of the stuff we were talking about on stream was like, hey, first draft, like, is this going to set precedent for the rest of the drafts? And it didn't really, because Allen fell further in other rooms, but then he wound up being paired with guys you didn't want or guys you didn't end up needing, who didn't score as much as RJ Harvey, because when he was living on the right-hand side of the board, he went with Jacobs, Henry, Bucky, Judkins. All these guys scored less than RJ Harvey, right? So by flipping the board a little bit there with Cognition, trying to set precedent in draft one of like what the price tag should be on Josh Allen, this was the most expensive Josh Allen team, and it didn't matter because it gave him access to a unique combo.
You know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
This room has like how many of like top 10 teams in it? Because Cognition got one. This is one of A1. I think this might be A1's second place team or third place team rather.
Yeah, we'll check. Yeah, let's cross reference in a half second. But yeah, I think you're right about that. Keep going.
Chad's team. This is one of Chad's best teams as well. Kincaid, Burrow, Higgins, Chase Brown, Bijan. Yeah. That's a nasty one. And then it might just be those three, but that's like three of the top like
11 or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Top 15.
Yeah. A lot of strong teams came out of draft one, which is pretty interesting and maybe expected, maybe not. But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, good shouts there, dude. Yeah, the Love Watson stuff, it was crazy to look at the leaderboard pushing into the afternoon of how many like Jacoby plus pieces of that game and how many of those points remaining of like Love plus people were sweating. Like there were big leaderboard flippers available with those ones. But yeah, very interesting to note that like such strong teams came from draft one there.
Yeah.
Jump back to the leaderboard here. Shout out to Angelix. Definitely not how you pronounce the name. I clarified with him, and he's like, no, just go with it. Just keep rolling with it with Angelix here. So I'm gonna keep doing my thing there. But very tight leaderboard at the top here. Literally, one fantasy point separating, or 2 fantasy points separating the top 3, but 1 fantasy point separating the top 2 there. That DeAndre Swift stuff where he had an opportunity, I think it was like a 4th and 1 there with like a minute and a half, 2 minutes left that our guy needed there. But yeah, really nice teams here. Michael Wilson kind of being the big separator at the flex position. So the commonality between the next couple teams here was the Michael Wilson. Angelix was the only team in the contest that had the Allen plus Wilson, I believe. So that was kind of like the 2 high scoring quarterback and high scoring flex position. So that's what got him up there. Awin with his classic sweat on the Jacoby stuff. He was like, I'm dead, I'm leaving. And then I was like, you better come back as soon as there's a touchdown from Jacoby to Michael Wilson. And then he comes back kind of thing. Just, yeah. Yeah, shout out Noah in 4th here. That was the Stafford side of the Stafford, Puka, Michael Wilson. That was a big-time game stack one there. Man, Darren Waller let down our guy AMAC, and, well, let down so many, but in particular, AMAC had 3 Darren Wallers, but the high-scoring Darren Waller team was this Noah team. So if he had been able to, encapsulate one of those touchdowns, that would have been pretty sick. But yeah, man, all in all, Inthrius is up here. Awin's up here. Shout out Jasta. Rip Sewell had a good sweat for a while. There's that Brontosaurus flex team that you were talking about, Nez, from draft 1 with Tony Pollard in it, a.k.a. Tony Redacted. If he had gotten, one of those Michael Wilsons goes to Trey McBride instead of going to Michael Wilson, that team would have vaulted up the leaderboard in a big way. Chad joined us on multiple streams. That was nice of him. Twain Bomber and his brother both had crazy sweats over the weekend. Like his brother was with him and his brother was sweating the main BR at the same time. So pretty sick stuff.
Yeah. just a really really good time. And I'm looking here. Looks like Inthrius has the first non-Michael. Oh no! Cognition didn't have a Michael Wilson team. That is kind of crazy that the winner did not have a Michael Wilson team. I totally forgot about that. Really, really, really sweaty anti-sweat there at the end with the very
Yeah.
last possession. Just fingers crossed for him. But yeah, otherwise a big time theme for the most part.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Jasta, who wore his White Sox gear in the house of the Royals all weekend there to assert dominance. He had a big hurt Frank Thomas jersey on for the draft, a signed one actually. So pretty sick stuff there. Dropping off 10 Bad Bros memberships. Much love to you and your 8th place finish there, my friend. And our guy Bindle's rolling through with a Bad Bros membership for the community. Shout out there, my friend, as well. Anything else? No Michael Wilson or Puka either, right?
That is really crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's our guy Amac who joined us at the football game there. We were able to get him down to the club level there to warm up at halftime, help him out a little bit. Him and his wife were a riot, or not his wife, his fiance, were a riot all weekend there. Re-spooked, 23 years old today. Shout out there, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday there. Nez, what do you think? Anything else on Dawg Bowl? Anything else on the teams themselves? Anything else in general?
No, I think, we did a great job, just like covering it in general. The whole weekend, kind of nice to recap through these leaderboards. I kind of forgot what a lot of these teams looked like myself. So, no, I think all in all, a great weekend. Shout out to the winners. And I think we did it justice.
Love it, dude. Love it. There was a comment at the top here somewhere. Where was it? Oh, shout out to Go AZ Cards, who was just so fun all weekend long and had the shirts off too. I did give him another shirts off on Sunday during the sweat there. So who knows? Maybe he's got material for a new toque next year there. But our guy, the Cheese, rolling through. Seattle or Kansas City louder? Seattle by a landslide, not remotely close. That KC Stadium was loud for isolated moments at times, but without the roof overhangs and just given that it was kind of cold and the upper tank was 70% full or 80% full instead of 100, it's definitely got some volume to it, but it's no. That was not loud.
Well, I mean, they also lost, so
yeah,
you're not going to be very loud in a loss.
No, but that's not how you judge. That's not how you judge noise at a football game. The 1-0-1 in which you judge it is early in the game, first, second, third down on defense, right? Like those are the moments that the decimal counter comes out for the first third down of the game. And that did not slap in the same way. Yeah, like Chris is saying, people in his section were leaving at 10-10. Yeah, that's exactly what was happening in our section too. Shout out to Purple Yosh, $50 dropping by. Appreciate you guys. All the coverage this weekend was awesome. Thank you, man. Yeah, big hat tip to Luke primarily, man, getting us all set up there. Shout out to the draft team for getting us a leaderboard. And shout out to Pete for being all on top of it there. Shout out to so many guests that joined us and Pat Mayo in particular there. Nez, I think that's a pretty good synopsis unless you got anything else to say about the game or anything else.
No, I think that was a good job. The game was so much fun though. So yeah, I'm glad we did that. That was kind of on a whim, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it turned out great. Also glad that we did it with the indoor outdoor level opposed to just the straight outdoor level there.
Shout out to you.
But one last macro one for me, Nez, over the weekend. I spent a lot of time with TJ this weekend. We did not really have a relationship prior to that. I was familiar with his streams. He was familiar with us. Man, I think draft games are in a really good place right now. like the addition of Brett. TJ's agreed to come on the show in the future here. We were putting together, or he was putting together, but I was helping alongside putting together a Word document from the weekend of like literally every single possible thing. We were crowdsourcing high volume drafters, like, hey, give me your 101 that you need fixed right now. We were cross-referencing. We had got screen grabs. We got everything. There were also like, he's going to come on the program and talk to us and talk to the Sicko users all through this. But yes, there were also, some weird mitigating circumstances that haven't allowed him to fully do what he was intended to do to start. And I think we want to let him talk through that. I won't say any more, but I do think draft games are in a really good place. And I do think TJ has the ability to fix some of this stuff real quickly for us going forward.
Yeah, no, it was very cool. He was very much like, available, and which, I mean, he wasn't shy. He was not hiding. He was well aware of the pains that people were experiencing through various draft games issues and whatnot. So I agree, man. I agree. Like I that was my first time like speaking to him and like meeting him. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and I really do think that we have, in 2026, a bit of a clean slate here. Kind of restart, a resource like reallocation for them, and no, they are well aware of like what could be great value adds. We kind of saw some screenshots of like some beta of what we could have in the future. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what's to come, man. I think the Dawg Bowl itself is a little bit of a like vote of like confidence, that like, hey, we're doing all this. Like these are 4 draft games on top of it all. So yeah. All that to say, great meeting him, and I came away bullish. And he's well aware. He's well aware of everything.
Yeah. And I get that this is always going to be the feedback, like Mr. Black Ops saying that, like, hey, man, you guys got to defend the product. No, we don't. We've actually been told multiple times to be as fucking honest as possible. And like, I'm genuinely bullish right now of like, hey, how early we are and where we're going. Like, TJ's only been a part of the team for like 6 months, and he hasn't even been working on the project for a portion of that. So I'm really excited for where it's going. And like, there were multiple things that were on the list, and it was like, yeah, fixed behind closed doors. We're waiting to roll it out. Fixed behind closed doors. We're waiting. Oh, we're experimenting with this, blah, blah, blah. Like I think like changes are getting rolled out soon here. And there's a lot of reason to be bullish here. It's not intended to come across as shilly in any regard, because like, we are the bridging of the gaps guys, like we are affiliated, but we are not employed by, right? So we get to be as honest as we see fit. And honestly, this is how I feel right now. Yes, Brett's been a great addition to the team as well. First time meeting Brett this weekend there. Shit. Okay. Well, no, never mind. Okay. The phone's ringing. It just threw me off because it's actually like something I need, but it's fine. All right, Nez. Let's talk about real quick community here for a second. Winners of the community over the weekend. We just got tagged in a couple there, but a couple shout outs here. Insect Friction, which is a great poker reference there, showing some love to the solver there, showing some love to the masterclass. With 3rd place in the $3 Wildcat there. Much love there. And as you guys can see, got a ton of Pat Donovan retweets there because it is a big best ball advancement day. Shout out to our guy Shilly, who I saw in the chat earlier. Monster weekend here with a 1st and a 5th there. And then the main BR, if we jump back to the results of the weekend, we can kind of just talk about the main BR. Your boy still got 85 of them in there, 75 for the main there. Bricked the bomb as usual. I had 4 Jaden Daniels teams, and I think 3 of them had Justin Jefferson on them. So that did not go well for me. But shout out to I'm going 721, I'm going JT is like the Z is like is it S like JT is 007 and Beanie Baby here who chopped up the top prize in the main BR there. That Josh Allen, that Harvey. Then you needed the little mini game stack of Wilson plus Puka and then T Higgins, and then the stack made too much sense with Dalton Kincaid that made it all work there. But you could have used a handful of tight ends, Kincaid being the best option there.
Yeah, JT is aka Jonathan Thompson on X. I don't know, man. He gave Pete a shout out, didn't give us a shout out. Maybe we should be highlighting a different user.
Well, who'd he give a shout out to?
Pete, his best underdog buddy.
He's a Pete guy, right?
He is. Not a Bash Bros guy.
Not a Bash Bros guy.
Obviously, he's winning 18K. But
shout out Beanie Baby. Shout out Beanie Baby here. Three-way dupe with the same there.
Yeah. All three. Kind of interesting that everybody landed on this lineup with 50% RJ Harvey, but sick team from everybody there. Yeah, I didn't. I only did one in the main because I was goal line stand pilled all weekend. Yeah.
We'll take a look at the goal line stand there. Take a look at who won the bomb first because I actually haven't even seen. Shout out to Dave Stats. Dave Stats goes little Chase Brown, little RJ Harvey. That mini correlation of the two top end wide receivers was so necessary and decently easy to obtain too with the Wilson plus Nacua there. Brock Bowers was one of the other tight ends you could have had in there with 12 over there. So shout out to Dave Stats for that one. And then over to the goal line stand here. This is what you were all about. Shout out to Weird Frank. Takes it down here. Josh Allen being the slate flipper. He gets that Blake Corum. Blake Corum was only 9.8% owned in the goal line stand contest here. Didn't need Michael Wilson or Puka Nacua in here because you get the 2 touchdowns from T. Higgins. You get the Christian Watson long touchdown there. And then Harold Fannin, man, 21.4 there was cooking, man. Him and Sanders. I think it was Jump Free on the Friday show while we were streaming. He was like, if someone takes Shadur Sanders in the Dawg Bowl, and I think Shadur Sanders would have been the second highest scoring quarterback on the slate.
Yeah. Oh, no, third. I think
third.
I think didn't he have 25 points? I still think Burrow just barely outscored him.
Okay. Yeah. So you could have done like a Shadur plus Harold Fannin stack that was free in the 5th and 6th. Like, nobody was ever going to do it in the Dawg Bowl, but like, I don't know. People were taking Tyrod. I was on Tyrod. People were taking 9. Like, it's not that crazy to consider a Shadur Sanders.
No, it really wasn't.
No.
Man, I thought I had way more Blake Corum in the goal line stand. That is annoying because I liked him. I liked him. I had one share. Share. I think what was I doing instead, man? Because I loved Corum. I had Corum on a Josh Allen team too, but it also featured Terry McLaurin, the Beam, and Khalil Shakir, so it didn't matter.
The Beam
was on him.
The Beam. That was Amac's favorite line of the weekend.
Got the beam on me.
Got the beam on me every time that guy went up to the bar. I got the beam on me. Nerdy Tanner's up here. Ty, aka Tubinis. We were drafted some of these goal line stands on the bus together out to the certain menus. Shout out to our guy Top Fantasy Plays, Gunnar Ross, who gave me this beautiful badge there. Awin's up here. Best Ball Vipers hanging out in the chat. Hat tip to last year's Dawg Bowl champion there. We got Nerdy Tanner up here again. Goods. Son of Kong was in a ton of our drafts with us. And Jay Fresh. Not Chad Candles. Bob Candles down there as well. Nez, that is our due diligence on everything there. I got 15 in the hoops last night. Jay Viss takes it down. Jay Baconator, that drafting at the airport paid off there. Magikarp's up here. Sam Olson. The Landon bots up here. How'd you fare in hoops last night?
Not good.
Nope. Just a little light on Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. I didn't expect the 66 ball out of Russ. You never know what to expect from these Kings, but the didn't have the necessary Russ to come away happy from last night.
Yeah, fair enough. I doubled my money in there just with the 15 I was able to get in. Just I didn't have very much Russ either, but I had a very bullish Derek Queen ranking, and that was just kind of like the guy you needed. There's our guy Awin rolling through here, just rolling out of bed to take everybody's money. That's a life to lead. I hate Awin. Yeah, everybody hates Awin because he's the best, and he just rolls out of bed when he feels like it. I love it. I love it. I think that's all we got, Nez. I think it's time. What the people are here for. I haven't checked yet. I haven't checked. Should we check on the DB or should we check in the app?
I don't know. BBM DB is a pretty clean sweat. You don't have to count. You can just see the number.
All right, let's do it. The moment the people are waiting for, aka nobody is waiting for, but I am waiting for. I have not checked any sweats yet on the BBM DB. I haven't checked any advancement rate stuff. So we are going to see it in real time. I guess I'm just going to punch in my username and we're just going to hit refresh and see what happens.
Yeah. BBM advance rates. Let's see it.
BBM advance rates for your boy. 42 out of 150. Good for 28%. Not too shabby. I hope Tony Redacted helped boost that.
You can find out.
How do you just search the player name?
Yeah, rostered players, yeah.
Tony Redacted performance there. 9 nice. Tony Redacted teams. You got to imagine. I mean, we didn't know what I was sweating, but you got to imagine a couple of these sneaky second places that just got through, like got in by 8 points, got in by 3 points. Oh, yeah. You got to think that was all Tony Redacted.
Yeah. You definitely pissed off some people for sure. Getting past with that long run, no doubt.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh man. Okay, cool. Nez, can you beat? Let me see here. Let's see if Nez can take me down. 41. Pathetic. No, unbelievable season, man. Unbelievable season. Well done here. Both of us ran pretty pure in this one. Love to see this.
Yeah, I was a few spots away from the next rung in the BBM payroll ladder there with that 53. Because 50, I would have won an extra $500, but not a bad little regular season there.
Love it, dude. Yeah, so reminder to everybody, usually BBM advance and payouts and all that stuff happens on Wednesday of the week. So that would be tomorrow. So they'll be rolling it out. Stay tapped into the drafts account. Stay trapped into the Discord. There'll be notifications. And hey, this contest has now advanced. This contest has now advanced. And you'll be able to check some stuff out. I know there's a preliminary thing that I almost said IMDb, that BBMDB Pat put out there of a preliminary exposure stuff right now. So you can kind of see if you have some low owned pieces. But yeah, Nez, beautiful, man. Top 100 team in all of BBM here. A 3-4 whatever 3. What is that? 9? 3-4-8-3? 3-4-8-3, right? Yeah. Been a minute since we did it. Yeah. 3-4-8-3 team here. Yeah, so how much was this worth on the regular season leaderboard?
$500.
Right on. That's solid, man.
We take it.
Yeah, nice little additive to get 20 entries back with one.
Yeah, for sure. Man, this team was so close to being a giga wagon, but RIP Kraft, RIP Scataboo did enough to get me into the top 100 there. But man, just so many of these advancers have like Tucker Kraft and Scataboo, and just really hurts. Really hurts.
Yeah, those do sting for sure. But hey, man, at least you got 3 live quarterbacks here, and you got 2 live tight ends. Like, I don't know, man. This got legs for sure. Like, obviously, it hurts to have dead roster spots, but like the fact that you did, like, a lot of teams are gonna have a lot of dead quarterback spots for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not the worst. For sure. You can definitely find deader teams than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, anything else we want to? Oh, here we go. Shilly's rolling through, dropping off 50 beans. Keep fighting the good fight for
Wow.
draft games. Thanks, y'all. May the upcoming pod luck be with you. Much love to you, man. Congrats on this weekend. Great
Chili's
stuff.
an Eagles fan too, so doing that after a tough loss, I mean, that's how you know he's a good guy.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you, dude.
Absolutely. Finding Value Fantasy was able to roll through. Love to see it. Love to see it. Our guy Oaks hanging out in the chat. There he is. Yeah, I had a good time with
find
Oaks.
a way to get Oaks. Is Oaks invited to the no strip streams? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ooh, get him out there.
Or did he member up as soon as you were saying nice things about Tony Pollard? I'm not sure.
Oaks. The one thing I'll say about Oaks, great starter jacket collection this weekend. He rolled through with a couple nice ones.
There's a lot of things that you can say about Oaks, but you can't say that he isn't fly. That's one thing.
He's got some swag to him. All right, dude. Let's anything else we want to tap into? Has the Herzig contest completed now? Is it regular season only, or does it run through the postseason?
No. Yeah, you get advancement points in the playoffs.
Okay, cool. So we won't have like a winner there yet. I'm just check that out of curiosity here. So Fully Loaded is still in first here. Okay.
Yep, we're still contributing.
Yeah, so this was the full community team by Fully Loaded. Shout out Juice McCaffrey gets 51 through in BBM. Dave gets 47. You and I get 42 and 41. Car Parked and Fully Loaded pulling their weight with 35. That's a very strong team with some good community members in there. Love that.
A lot of community members, man. It's like the community crushed. Like, it's why it really feels like, when you go online anywhere you look, it's like, how is everybody advancing like 20% of teams? Like, who? It seems like everybody crushed. It really does.
This little bubble, right? The little cabal.
It's true.
Slick Willie in third there. Chad's in second. So all community guys as well there. So JT McKenzie. All right, cool. We're going to have some sweats for the community. Chris G's up there. Wow. Patrick Barnes YouTube. Yeah, you're not kidding, dude. Anything else you want to tap into in terms of advance rate? Any contests you want to look at, Nez? We got
to look at the Badge Bros Brawl, baby.
Oh, of course. Well, stupid me.
What is it? 100K to first? Come on now.
Okay. Take a peek here.
You hate a search function.
Why?
Click it and just type. Just give it a shot.
Okay. Badge Bros Brawl here. Chaz Michael had the high scoring team in the regular season portion of the contest there. 16.7% of the field advances here. Shout out to the Miso Tuna in second there. Jonathan's in fifth as well. So we got Nez in the top 10 here with a 9th place team. Nez has got one in 14th as well. Unreal. Let's see what Nez's advance rate looks like in the Badge Bros Brawl. Advancing 44 of 150 teams there for 29%. You went pretty running back heavy in this one, right?
Yeah, I went really running back heavy in this and in the super flex. And that turned out to be pretty nice for advancing. We'll see how it goes in the playoffs, but yeah, did pretty well in those two.
Love it, dude. Well done, man. Yeah, your whole super flex strategy aged like fine wine there.
Yeah, that was nice, man. My only regret is I didn't do like any Shadur, and he was pretty cheap in those. But I did a ton of Daniel Jones, which hurts now, and a lot of Jackson Dart, which does help.
Yeah. And I mean, so hard to foresee like injuries. You played both those situations correctly. You got the starter, right, and you got a discounted price on them because they were priced as backups.
Yeah, so that was just like, whatever. Hopefully, I got some winners in there. I'm really not trying to sweat individual teams right now. Like,
sure, yeah.
It's just I don't want to get married to anything. Like, I'm not even trying to celebrate right now. You know,
Right.
like we know how quickly these numbers get melted. So I'm really just, just trying to stay humble here.
You absolutely cooked me in the Badge Bros Brawl here. I'm only advancing 24. I got 100 teams in though instead of 150. So if I had 150, I'd have 42 advancing too. Is basically where I'm
You'd
at.
be close.
We'll take one look at my most expensive team here in terms of points. It is a Philip Rivers team. Unbelievable foresight from me. I don't know how I got there. Justin Herbert, Dak, and Lamar, Gibbs, Taylor, Hampton, Cook, Harvey. Dude, this team's got legs. This team's healthy too.
Yeah.
Puka, Ladd, JMO, Zay, Pickens, Diggs, QJ. As
That's a
scroll
cheeky
the F
QJ.
down. Big scroll there. A TJ Hawkinson, a touching tribute to my friend AZ Cards, aka Mathology's successor with the Hawk Tua there. A Mark Andrews skinny stack, and then Colston Loveland tight end upswing. That's got legs, man. That's a cooker, man.
It is good. It is actually very good.
That's why Viper wants us to do the big dog. We will do the big dog. I think the only big dogs I did were on stream. I don't even know that I have big dogs in here, but I imagine he did a bunch of them. So maybe he's at the top here when we look it up. Bretta James with some good teams up here. The Pepper Prince. Nez, you got a cooker up here as well.
Yeah.
Let's see how Nez is doing in the big dog. 2 out of 8 teams, good for 25%. Nez has a Caleb Dak team with CMC, Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Eckler, and Rachaad White. Pretty strong. JSN and Pickens. Wide receiver room feels really nice. 4 tight end build in the big dog there. You got to get that Jonnu Smith 10 in there whenever you can.
Listen, man. If you let me know when you got a top 16 team in the big dog, and then you can start ragging on my shit. But that team's dead. No Rome, there's no bueno for that team. It's pretty thin wide receiver.
For this second team or for the first team?
The first one there. I got JSN Pickens, like Rome, like hey, Jerry Jeudy came to life last week. So
dude, this team's not dead.
Dude, yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Put on some rose-colored glasses,
but
bro.
no, that team ain't going nowhere.
I don't think Rivers was in the player pool.
He was not. He was not.
Last thing I want to check is just who had the highest advancing teams in all of BBM here.
Okay, so go to leaderboard. Scroll up, hit the menu, and then it's advancement leaders.
Whoa. In the more tab? Advancement leaders, and then Slick. Best Ball Mania is already selected. Okay, so Chris King 13, 86 teams advanced. Now, how do I'll just find his portfolio.
Yeah, I just have to copy paste his username if you want to see his exposures or anything.
Okay. Because I imagine he's just going to be super condensed, right?
Well, if you want to look at his team, is the people he selected.
Well, I'm just curious how much volume he's putting in first. Wow, this guy's actually playing a lot, man. 4 Mastiffs, 150 Badge Bros Brawl, 150 in the sprint. He was playing a lot of volume. 31% overall. Wow, shout out Chris King 13.
Yeah.
86 teams through. That's beauty. Okay. Now what would you like me to do to
we got to see the players he selected, right? He's advancing the most teams in BBM. Who do you pick?
Yeah, so how do I do that?
Click on exposures on the top right, and then we'll be able to see it.
Oh, cheers. All right. Juwan Johnson, shout out Nez, Bryce Young, Jonathan Taylor, heavy stance on Jonathan Taylor there. 54 total teams. So 36% of his teams. Over 50% of his teams. So he's concentrated around some of these onesies targets. Ertz, Juwan Johnson, and Bryce Young. So he was a big punt punt quarterback guy and punt tight end guy.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing that I'm seeing that's like that is jumping off the page, um, he has a lot of JT and Chase Brown. Those guys are pretty mutually exclusive for a lot of drafters. So he was finding his way to get to both.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. They didn't really like line up all that naturally.
No, you
Yeah.
were really one or the other.
Yeah, you had to
in
choose.
best ball.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. And then, yeah, pretty. So, my overall takeaway here would be like he was pretty punty at the onesies, but concentrated. And then he was very concentrated. Taylor at the top of the boards, Chase at the top of the boards. Those were like always his second round target. And then he was pretty scrolly at the wide receivers outside of the middle tier. He was very RB heavy because Bijan, CMC, JT, and Chase are like his highest exposed players at the position. And they were all in the first 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, the foresight there is crazy.
Say again, sorry.
I mean, the Kareem Hunt was a great pick.
Yeah, absolutely was a great pick. Ends up winning that backfield. Everybody was playing the slappy agenda on Brashard Smith and stuff in the last round. Then wins the backfield on, what we thought was going to be one of the fastest and highest scoring offenses. Doesn't even turn out that way. And Kareem Hunt just kind of like solidifies the job himself.
Yeah.
Check out
comment by Flyfish is cracking me up.
Which one? Sorry.
This one here. Almost like it's a half point PPR site.
Good shit. Good shit.
It is kind of funny, man. Like replaceable points or like where you can get points from. I mean,
yeah,
the really good running backs are pretty good at fantasy football.
Yeah, you don't say, right? You don't say. In hindsight, it all makes too much sense.
one of these seasons, I don't know, maybe Zero RB will probably have its day, but
right,
man, oh man,
it's been a minute. All right, Nez, I'm firing off a tweet here that is telling the good people that we are going to now pivot to hoops, unless there's any last things you want to see on the platform.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. We still got a lot of football left to play. Things are going to change very drastically. Enjoy this moment for everybody. Enjoy your stimmies when they get here. Me personally, I am trying to not get too excited about anything because I'm well aware of how difficult it is to get to the finals of best ball tournaments. So fingers crossed. Let's run good, and hopefully see you guys there.
Perfect, man. Respect it, love it, and agree with your take. That's exactly how I feel too, man. Never too high, never too low, but get that stimmy, get it in play, and let's move on here. Hopefully, guys have good sweats. Yeah, gauntlet about to drop. Yeah, when the stimmies hit, I believe Best Ball Viper is probably right about that. Right, as soon as the way too early fills and the stimmies hit, it's gonna be almost gauntlet season.
Can we do one thing for Nick because there was a tournament in the Husky too.
Okay, sure.
Apparently we we yelled at him on stream, and he never forgot about that team.
Okay,
I think he titled it "Jon and Nez yelled at me," and it's crushing.
Okay, let's check this out. N Pam something.
Lan,
right?
Lanye.
Lanye. Okay. All right. This is the team. This is the team we yelled at. Dude, it still sucks. It's got CJ and Gino. Yeah, what do you mean we yelled at you for this team? Yeah, we yelled at you for this team because it fucking sucks still.
He probably sniped us on Gino. I would bet because like where's because so we could set up Dante Thornton.
Oh yeah, you got to get those 0 Dante Thornton skinny stack points into your lineup with Gino. Great work, Nick. Najee Harris, goose egg. Will Shipley, goose egg. What? I mean, nice top end wide receiver room, pal. Did you forget it was half point PPR site?
Oh, it was Stroud. so he could set up Dalton Schultz.
All right. Fudgy, I'll be donating my stimmy to WAP Wednesday so my teams grind harder for week 16 best ball. I fucking love it, dude. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Speaking of grinding harder, my mind goes straight to the locker room mentality. I'm going to check out some of my teams and see who's got good chemistry in the locker room amongst my teams here. Because that's what's really going to push us forward in week 15 here.
That's what it takes.
That's what it takes. All right, Nez, this could be kind of a rapid fire hoop slate here. We only have 2 games on it, but honestly, man, it's probably a little bit more difficult of a 2-gamer than most. So, lay of the land for everybody is these are back-to-back NBA Cup games here. The NBA Cup, I had it pulled up, I swear. Let me just bring it up for people. The NBA Cup bracket. There are 8 teams remaining. They are all on your screen right now. And I want to bring up that nice, clean little Emirates bracket here. So it's all going to basically come to a head between this last week here. So we have the right-hand side of your screen is tonight, and then they'll play Saturday. And then tomorrow's games, then they play Saturday. And then Tuesday of next week is just a 1-game slate. And it's ISOCAM NBA Cup in Las Vegas there. So, yeah, I mean, we got Magic and Heat, and we got Raptors and Knicks this evening. We got a bunch of Q tags in the Raptors and Knicks game. And then we have no Franz Wagner for the foreseeable future, primarily in, I think, in a high ankle sprain. I think it's going to be for the majority of the month of December, is my understanding, on the Franz injury. So, yeah, but as that happens, Paulo comes back into our life. He played 20 minutes and 24 minutes in his first 2 out, and he's probably underpriced for Franz being out if you think he's going to go full this evening. So, yeah, lots to talk about there. Our guy Mike in the chat is saying that OKC are minus 135 to win the cup. Yeah, that kind of checks out based on this field and based on how good they are right now. They only got to win 2 more basketball games to get there. So, yeah, that is insane odds indeed. Yeah, Nez, macro of the slate here, 235.5 and a pace-up game for the Heat. The Magic have been playing faster, although it is noteworthy that they're playing a little bit slower in recent memory, and the defense has gotten a little bit better, but this is a 1-point spread in this one, a 235.5. And then the Raptors and Knicks game, 226.5, 5 by way of the Knicks. That one being in the Great White North here. Yeah, just thoughts on the slate and how you've been treating things thus far.
Yeah, I've been leaning heavily on Solver to keep a close eye on my combos. That is the the way to play these short slates is like, don't dupe yourself and give yourself multiple outs at first.
Yep.
That's the best thing that you can control. Evergreen reminder that we have no control over what happens in other people's lobbies. And myself, I have gotten things such as, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, things like that, where, Towns falls in rooms because people don't like the Q tag. Jalen Suggs was probably falling a lot early during the draft window before ETR reminded people that Franz Wagner is not playing and that Miami is a very sick spot for fantasy. So now he jumped up big time in these lobbies. But yeah, I mean, just because someone projects well and their CLV doesn't necessarily mean that it hits. But just the evergreen reminder of, combos in these short slates, it's understood when you play these that you kind of are hoping that you get one yourself, but also they exist. They always exist. They always will. That is the trade-off we get to have something to play on a short slate. That being said, I have some my own different angles here. I think these are 2 pretty fun games, man. The 6th round is gross as always, but it's not that gross. It's not as gross as it could be. I'm kind of into both of these games. I think these are fun contests to draft.
Yeah, two fun games just in general. Excited to watch basketball this evening. You know, we were so inundated with football over the weekend there, so happy to get back and watch a little hoops, especially when we got back-to-back island games here for this evening. Reminder that the slate does start an hour earlier than traditionally speaking, so maybe that was reflected in the prize pool there, just like 1 hour less to draft because things start at 6 Eastern this evening. So I just want to
Oh,
put
I
that
didn't
on
even know that.
people. Yeah, so if you are worried about sneaking your drafts in and that sort of thing, it's 6 o'clock and then it's 8:30 this evening. Those are Eastern time zones, as you guys can see back in the beautiful West Coast Pacific time zone, where ball starts at 3 p.m. today. Unbelievable. Um, yeah, Nez, we'll walk through the games here, but you talked so much about combos there. And what better way to remind people about combos than using the solver? Shout out to the good people at the solver there. I was making a joke this morning when we were talking to the solver guys that, man, there were so many people using it at the Dawg Bowl. It was pretty funny to have the bird's eye view looking down at all the people on their laptops and, all these drafters using the solver. So some of the best in the world using those the solver tool there to mind their combos in a contest of only 108 entries. Methinks you'd want to be using it in one with 16,000 entries on the site here today. So yeah, yeah, Nez, let's do it, man. Game by game here, and then we'll talk about the ADP and some of the scrolls. I like the macro point that you brought up there, that like the 6th round feels like not terrible. And I guess my macro would be, these are cup games. If we go back on the time machine of last year and look at the popcorn machine, teams played really hard to win these games, and guys ran really deep, long minutes in them, almost as if they were playoff games. That's not a given that we're going to get that tonight, especially when you have like a cat Q tag, you have an illness tag on quickly, that sort of deal. But I think they're going to treat it like pseudo playoff games, and they're gonna push hard.
No, I think so too, man. So that being said, like there are some people in the 6th round that like I think are like really interesting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at from the Magic standpoint, I think De Silva's kind of interesting. Doesn't project well, but I do think that he's going to play like a lot in this
Okay.
game here.
Yep.
And then the other Magic player, just while on this game here, that I think is really interesting, is Goga in the 6th round as well. I think is really interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Just as far as like rates go and everything. So these two guys were at one point my favorite 6th round clicks, and then we got some news, and then it made me pivot a little bit. So
yeah, we'll talk about said news that we received and why you pivoted a little bit there. But yeah, the more macro being that, like, if the band of minutes are tighter this evening because these games are like treated like playoff games and competitive, that we should probably stay a little bit more tethered to the higher projecting plays in the last round than a usual 2-gamer in the middle of December, right?
yeah, I think that there's not a whole lot of scrolling per se, but
Yeah.
we'll see. There are some things that could break that I think open things up, but those are mostly swap plays as opposed to like scrolls right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Shout out to Juice McCaffrey rolling through with $10 for us. Happy advancement day to you as well, my friend. Yeah, you were celebrating more so than anybody else. Any chance of a Badge Bros hosted week 17 sweat? That's a little soon, man. That's like 3 weeks away. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little tight turnaround to get that. But I do like the macro idea, going back to what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, we got to work on something in the future here for not just Dawg Bowl meetups, just get a couple of meetups in general going here. And week 17 might be a really good one. But yeah, not this year. Not this year, that's for sure. That's right in the middle of holidays and stuff for people there. I'm thinking more summertime, like best ball season. Things are calmed down a little bit. There's not as much to sweat, but yeah, I don't know. We shall see. Who knows? Maybe we just add MLB Dawg Bowl, and that kind of bridges the gap. And now we got 4 quarters of the calendar covered there. Yeah, David, get your Windhursts up, my friend. There might be something brewing for that one if you know there. Yeah, Summer League could be a lot of fun. The problem with Vegas, like Summer League being in Vegas and Vegas in general, is like we don't operate there, so it's kind of yeah. There's no way to draft there, so. Yeah, Dinger Bowl does have a nice ring to it. Well said. All right, let's not get derailed too far here, Nez. Let's go game by game and see what happens here. Magic and Heat on the first one here. That is the higher of the two totals. The pace is real nice. The Heat are the second fastest team in all of basketball right now. Yeah, injury report on the Heat side. We have a probable tag on Tyler Hero. That's a big toe contusion. Pelly Larson, who's been starting a lot for them, pending the lineups, but has been starting a lot in general, has a probable tag, and Davion Mitchell has a probable tag as well. Backup handling of Drew Smith is questionable in this one. Terry Rozier is out, and one of the G Leaguers, Vlad Golden, is listed as available. So I don't know if that's a Windhurst moment or if that's just a little bit of extra depth if things don't go right in garbage time later there. And then on the Magic side, we got a out tag on Franz, which is the big one. And then his brother Mo is still out as well. G Leaguer listed available in Jamal Cain there. And then Colin Castleton out, Orlando Robinson, G Leaguer listed in. Yeah, thoughts on this one, man?
This is the game that I am excited about the most between these two. Like I mentioned, I thought there were some decent scrolls there for the Magic side of things, and then yeah, on the Heat side, it's pretty concentrated, and I think I know how I'm playing it, and it kind of begins for me as far as like the biggest stance that I'm taking is really a fade on Andrew Wiggins. I'm not sure where he's falling now, but he opened up with such an insane ADP that there was just no way I was taking him. Like, I'm taking Norm Powell over Andrew Wiggins. I'm taking a lot of players in other games over Andrew Wiggins. So I'm going to be really light on him. And yeah, we'll see how he decides to kill me tonight. But that was my opening fade. It's just like, I'm tired personally of these like bad ADP plays getting home. Can we get some justice in identifying a play that isn't good and not playing it? But like I said, man, we'll see how Wiggins decides to destroy me today. I might add the ETR Wiggins after he kills me, just for good measure. Just let him know how mad I am.
just for good bid equity. Thoughts on anybody else relative to their ADPs? Do you have a lean on like Hero? Like Suggs is currently behind Hero in terms of ADP, but that's slowly pushing to flipping there. As you can see, this 9.4 versus the 9.1. Do you think that one's going to flip eventually? Do you have a lean? Do you prefer one or the other? Do you like Bam at ADP, or is it kind of just there's no one else to take, so you just take them there?
Well, so you said Suggs and Hero to start.
Yeah.
I do think that they eventually flip. Yeah. But I like Hero more than Suggs.
Okay, you like Hero more than Suggs, but you think they're going to work to flipping. Just interesting, so much of this is about combos today. If they do wind up flipping, and because of the way projection sets are today, I mean, the difference between Hero and Suggs in terms of projection, if I'm looking at what's available with the solver tool there as of right now, it's like 2 or 3 fantasy points, like if everybody's going to chase it up the board and get worse combinations of it, just be the guy who catches the hero fall a little bit instead, right? So that's the speaking of the combos at the top end of draft boards there.
Yeah, it's just like not as big as I think it's being made out to be, where like Suggs goes over Hero every time right now.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's
okay.
Not how I see it.
Yeah, for sure. Comfortable with Bam at ADP. We just had the Hero conversation. Nez likes Norm over Wiggins, and their ADPs are kind of getting closer together. What are you doing with the back end tier of the Jaime, Ware, and then Davion Mitchell, who goes almost every draft?
Yeah, I mean, I like Davion Mitchell quite a bit here. We're talking about minutes and whatnot, and I think we've seen Davion, big game Davion, man. He's a riser, and I think we can see some minutes for him that would be pretty bullish. Get him some stocks, get him some steals with some dimes, and see what happens. He can really rack up fantasy points in bunches the way that he gets home whenever he is popping off, and he's a 6th round pick, so he I think makes a lot of sense. He's got the P tag. I'm assuming he plays.
Sounds good to me. Do you have a lean on the real JJJ Jaime Jaquez Jr. or or on Cleo Ware? Like, do you think they start big tonight and play Ware in the starting unit? Do you think it doesn't matter because he'll still get 24 or whatever? Yeah, thoughts on that, like Jaime versus Ware tier, because I think there's a lot of fluidity in that grouping.
Yeah. I'm honestly like I don't have a lean on who starts there.
Okay.
But I have preferred Ware to Jaime. But I mix and match a little bit. That might be a lie, actually. Yeah, I have a pretty strong fade on Jaime, so I guess I hope it's Ware.
Okay.
But the Jaime stuff, whenever they're like they're as healthy as they are here,
Yeah.
it's not. He's not. This isn't necessarily the time I want to play 100% drafted Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah, he seems to be like the guy who gets cut more frequently. Like, they both have ceiling. Like Mike's saying, they both have like Ware super boom bust. Like, they definitely both have ceiling and both have ceiling ranges outcomes. But like, I think it'd be like a rules based thing for me. Like, I don't want Ware with Bam. I don't want Jaime with like my Norm or my Wiggins teams. Like, I want Jaime to be the wing who comes onto the floor because another guy gets in foul trouble, or Wiggins starts the game 0 for 5 and they give Jaime an earlier rotation or something like that. Like, my mindset is like there's push pull in the wings and there's push pull in the centers here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and you also don't have to play super big when Franz is out, because you're gonna have Suggs, Bane out there for sure. Then Paulo's gonna play the 4. You're gonna have Wendell Carter. You can match that with Bam. Like, this game's gonna play fast, and I guess it's just De Silva at the other spot. So I don't necessarily think you have to start the double big Ware lineup, but it wouldn't shock me. But I don't think it's for tonight.
No. Regardless, I am playing Ware just from a fantasy.
Yeah. Of the scroll the F down variety there, our guy A1 won $65,000 courtesy of Simone Fontecchio on Saturday night there. Any love for Simone Fontecchio or Nikola Jovic, anyone like that? Some backup handling for Drew Smith with the Q tag?
No, not for me.
Nope. Bridge too far, even for a 2-gamer, my guy says. Let's have the Magic conversation. Obviously, Suggs is the quote-unquote projection darling today and is getting vaulted up because of that. Do you like him more than Bane? Do you like him more than Paulo? Are you concerned about the Paulo minutes this evening? Just thoughts on kind of the big 3 for them.
No, I like Paulo a lot. I think to start, I was taking Bane, a ton, but I'm taking Paulo now over Bane, and just because I have so much Bane, and I just have confidence that we're going to see minutes increase for Paulo in the Cup, and his 3rd game back in a good spot without Franz. I think all of that is leading to man, this just kind of seems obvious, right? If we had full health Paulo without Franz, he'd be like the 101. So he, to me, just is like a fantastic click right now. But he's in a weird spot where ADP is, but thankfully, if you like him, you can get a ton of them. And I think Paulo is worth getting a ton of. It's not very often that Bam goes over Paulo every single time with confidence.
Right.
And Franz isn't even playing.
Right.
It's just a matter of what do you think the minutes look like? And 3rd game back, I don't know, man. I think Paulo's going to be pretty good to go. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of him in this spot.
Yeah. I think it's a big hedge right now between these 3, because if you got Paulo at 32 minutes or you got Paulo to play full, like he should be the 4th drafted player on the slate and could arguably be the 3rd drafted player on the slate.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very interesting wrinkle to the slate today. I guess the thought process for me going forward in my drafts is to play chicken with the room and let people jam the Suggs projection, and I'll be the guy who catches the Paulo plus hero stuff.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Suggs steam is pretty crazy right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably your move.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the Magic here. Unless you have like any big take on Bane. Obviously, you had a decent stand early because you were taking him over. But if you flip that, you're kind of level that out.
No, the one thing I'll say about the Magic is I think they have the most draftable pieces on the slate. Where like we highlighted the big 3. I like Anthony Black. I think Wendell Carter Jr. Like he looks good. He's playing 30 minutes. I do think there's fragility in the output that you're going to get, but he's a pretty good pick, man. And I have like 50% of him. And, then you get De Silva, who, I mean, like probably starts.
I think he starts, yes.
And then Goga, who like is a rates monster, who's probably going to play like 20 minutes tonight. So we have 7 draftable Magic here on a slate where 24 players get drafted. I mean, I'm drafting a lot of Magic here.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. They're going to be tight tonight. There's definitely there's a lot to like about like the leverage dynamic of like Wendell Carter Jr. going every damn time, and then you can get Goga for free at like 30% drafted in the last round. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely some leverage principles associated with that and the De Silva stuff. De Silva, like, I think he's a good basketball player. He just feels like the 7th option out there when there's only 5 guys on the floor. You know what I mean? Like it really never feels like it's like kind of like KCP, like not that their play styles are anything alike, but the joke that we made for years with KCP was just like the only person on the floor who wants it to be KCP time is KCP. That's kind of how I feel about De Silva, that like, they're going to have to have bricked like 5-6 straight opportunities down the floor for him to eat in that starting lineup.
Yeah, he's just going to, like, as far as available minutes in the 6th round at sub 20% drafted. I mean, he's the guy.
Yeah, that's the lever. Okay, cool. Respected dude. I love Jonathan Isaac. We've always been Jonathan Isaac guys, but I think it's a bridge too far. I think Jet's a really nice player, but he's just not going to play enough to matter. Okay. Yeah, anything else to say on that game, or are we good to move to the Raptors and the Knicks, dude?
No, let's press onward.
Okay, cool. Let me jump back to the beautiful interface. There we go. And let's start Nick side of the ball, or let me give the total again here because it's been a minute. 226.5, 5 by way of the Knicks on the road there. A little bit of revenge in this one between the OG stuff and the IQ stuff there. And the Knicks right now, they have Landry Shamet's out and Miles McBride is out here, and the Q tag on Karl Anthony Towns there for left calf tightness. And then on the Raptors side, still no RJ Barrett. Jamison Battle is doubtful, who actually had been starting in recent weeks there. And then both the handlers in IQ and Jamal Shed are questionable. It's a right quad contusion for Jamal Shed, who has not missed a game yet because of this. And then the IQ illness is actually, shout out to the Unabated Discord, for this one, it's an illness that he played through on Sunday. It's the same tag. So, I don't know. Generally speaking, when you have an illness, don't you like slowly get healthier from the tag? So, like, I'm not crazy concerned about it, but it was a midday, quote unquote, downgrade to be listed with it.
Yeah, I don't know. They also told us that midday cues are just like bad news, man.
Especially midday illness cues.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, his PRA is like kind of, depending on where you look, Some people are pricing it down. Some people are keeping it the same.
Okay.
The one thing that's for sure is like there's like 5th and 6th round IQ. Maybe 6. I have some 5th. People are like terrified of it. And let me just say, like 5th round IQ is like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, sure.
But with the swap, especially if nobody takes, the potential swap option, maybe a swap option gets ruled out, then you're still alive. But yeah, man, this is another team that is going to be pretty concentrated as far as usage goes here, especially if IQ can't go. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think the 101, you have 3 options of who is the 101, and it comes from this game. But for me, it's Scotty.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good with Scotty 101 tonight. Like you're gonna get some points, Scotty, if IQ can't go.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he just has the stock upside as well, and he's just been playing so freaking well.
Mhm.
This since RJ's been out at home. Yeah, man. Scotty, my 101, and it slowly people are flipping to that because I have he's like my highest drafted player right now.
Oh wow,
Uh,
that's rare for a first rounder, especially on a 4 gamer. You
yeah,
can get someone, let alone anyone, right and or wrong.
yeah. So little nervous, but
Mm.
um,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think gets the treatment tonight? Is it OG? Is it Bridges? Who do we get on Scotty Bowler tonight?
Um, Probably OG,
Yeah. Okay.
and then Mikhail on Ingram.
I think so.
That would be my assignment.
Yeah. I think it's relative to like what spots Cat's on the floor with like splitting like when Cat's playing the 4 versus playing the 5, you know?
Hmm.
Cuz like Mitch Rob's going to be available this evening. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Interesting stuff in general. IQ falling in the 5th there is a no-brainer. Nez said, "What do you feel about the BI matchup? Who do you like better, BI or Bane tonight?"
I was doing Bane, but now I'm kind of flip flopping just with this like IQ Q tag
Okay.
where it could just open so much up for BI
Yeah.
if this ends up holding true. So I started to pivot to Ingram, but I don't have a ton of. I'm at like 22%. It's no big deal. Um, but I've recently started pivoting because I had a ton of uh, Desmond Bain, and then I kind of pulled back a little bit. I'm at 45% Desmond Bain.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me, dude. Yeah, I mean they're gonna project so close together, but I kind of like the idea of BI this evening, especially like you get a little bit potential increased scoring if like IQ doesn't go, or even if IQ is limited in any capacity because of the illness. A little more scoring potential for IQ. Then, yeah, it's probably not like the greatest matchup in the world if he gets like either Bridges or OG, but in particular, if he gets the OG treatment, it's probably not great. But this is actually a good point here. Switching on to Cat in drop coverage feels good.
Hmm.
Yeah, yes and no, because when Mitch Rob's on the floor, like he protects the rim so well that it's kind of like I like it if you get Cat in drop and then you get mid range BI. That feels really good because
Hmm.
he lives in the mid range, right? You don't love it for getting to the rack, but you love it for mid range.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So past this here, we get to the big guys,
Mhm.
Pirtle and Mamu. Um, Mamu's going more than he was early since the ETR projections came out.
Mhm.
Um, I like Pirtle. I kind of flip flop between him and Wendell Carter Jr. His box scores aren't great, but like Pirtle falls a decent amount, uh, and he still has upside. Just as we haven't seen it in the box scores, he's still, I think, a pretty good pick where he goes. He just the people you're debating against here, like Pirtle just has like, oh, if Pirtle runs into 4 stocks, yeah, then he's like giga optimal where he goes. I mean, he's pick 18 right now,
Mhm.
and it's the cup, and they're down bodies. Yeah, And this is the part where you tell me Mamu's a better pick, or
I'm thinking. No, I don't think he's a better pick, but I do think what he can do in isolated moments when Mitch Rob isn't out there and Pirtle gets the Mitch Rob stuff, and then Mamu comes on the floor for second unit 5 run and gets some overlap of like the cat stuff at the 5 with the second unit, or he gets like bench run guys that I don't know. I'm just like a Mamu slappy. Yeah, I know you love Mamu, John. I mean, relative to price point, I guess, but like if Pirtle's falling in rooms, I'm fine with it. But I do think this is not the Pirtle situation that we were accustomed to, like even 3 weeks ago or like last year, for instance, where those like monster ceiling games were existing. They like to play all 3 of the 5s, right? Like Colin Murray-Boyle is a good defender. Like they like to rotate this situation way more so than years past.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah. Cup game. Cup game. Tibbs might be gone, but the memory lives. I love that. Wow. Nick with the alpha. Knicks fan Nick. People forget Mamu scored like 60 fantasy points on the Knicks last season in one game. Wow. Even I forgot.
I do forget.
Holy shit. We got a Cat Scotty team. Love to see it. Congratulations on the generational Skolansky Bucks, my friend. Okay, cool. Yeah, all 5 of those guys basically go every draft. Mamu, is hit or miss, but now, as you alluded to, is going a lot. Who else could you like this evening? Like Jacoby Walters started. He only played 11 minutes and took like 2 shots or something. He's just kind of out there. But like if you got like big minutes out of him, we've seen some nice ones. Those 24 when they're missing bodies. Grady Dick just hasn't been it this year. Colin Murray-Boyles doesn't shoot enough. I guess the most interesting is just the Q tag dynamic of IQ plus Shed, because the potential assists are going to go through the roof if he jumps into the starting lineup there. But we also might see Point Scotty, or we might also see some AJ Lawson burn. So like Jamal Shed's like pretty steady as like 6th or 7th man and having like touch time, even if IQ's in. But I think people will probably over project him if IQ's out, where it's just like they give him 34 minutes, and that's not necessarily the case. But he will still be a good 6th round pick.
Yeah, I'm taking Shed a lot in the 6th round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in the event that IQ can't go, but it is interesting that IQ did go on Sunday. It was for this, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing Shed. He's just like I think like the no-brainer replacement for IQ, and he will go very early or much earlier if IQ gets ruled out. But we might not have that in time.
Yeah, that's a good point. We might not, because the other game starts 2.5 hours earlier on the slate. They might hold their cards close to their vest on the IQ news. So be ready to swap in the second window there. Any love for anybody else? Like OG Akbaji's just not playing enough to matter. Same with Murray-Boyles. Like Grady Dick, at least he could score quickly. Like he was bricking 3s early in the season, but now he's hitting some stuff at least. But I don't know. It's just all too thin and too spread, right?
Yeah, I think if you get both those guys ruled out, then I think you can take some Grady Dick.
Okay. Okay. Hypothetical scenario. Jamal Shed and IQ get ruled out. Would you rather play AJ Lawson or Grady Dick?
My thought was Grady.
Okay. I'd play Lawson, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the Knicks, dude. Other side of this one here. Ran down the injury report already. Do you think Cat goes this evening? Cup game with the Q tag?
Yeah, I think so. I'm honestly not even entirely sure what his injury is, but I've just been assuming he goes.
Yeah, I think it's that same left calf tightness that he's been. Yeah, we've had that one a couple times, I believe.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at like 30% Cat right now.
Sure. Try and catch it in rooms with non-Badgers when it falls. If not, take them in like the 2, 3, 4 range, kind of as tier break before Bam?
Yeah, I'd take him before Bam still.
Okay. Do you have a lean between Brunson and Cat? Like, would you do if we got this Q tag to an active and you're doing like your last 20 drafts? Would you take Cat over Brunson, or do you still prefer the Brunson spot?
No, I don't think so. Just because like Cat's been falling, and I have a decent amount of Cat, so I'll just probably try to balance those out a little bit. Big game Brunson. I don't want to be overly light on that like I am now. I'm banking on that balancing itself out.
Okay, cool. Knicks might be just like super condensed rotationally this evening. So Josh Hart goes quite high. Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby will probably have the toughest defensive assignments with probably BI and Scotty there. So just thoughts on this next three. Do you have leans amongst them? OG got the ball bounced off his head at 100 miles per hour from Desmond Bain on the weekend. Does he show up Trey Palmer tonight?
He might. Yeah. Well, he's trying to get back for a rematch, I think. Yeah, no, I mean, Hart ADP 7, it's pretty high. Like I have what percentage do I have? 10% exposure to Josh Hart at an average pick of 8.6. So I'm trying to let him fall, but Josh Hart just doesn't care, man. He just doesn't care about anything.
He says, "Fuck your PRA, fuck your projection." He goes, "I'm a dog. It's cup, man."
Yeah, I mean, he has a projection of like he projects just like in the same neighborhood, we'll call it, of BI, of Suggs, of Hero, of the Magic guys. Yeah, I think it's time to just say fuck it and draft some Josh Hart at ADP.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. He just kills you all the time, and it's never reflected in the projections. It's never reflected in the ranks, and it's just like he just finds a way every time. I was looking to see. It doesn't look like we have a double number is 0.69. Yeah, Josh Hart is 7.2 for a triple double. Like it's just, I don't know, man. He's Jaime Jaquez with minutes and more heart.
They are like very similar players, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Jaime's probably a little bit better of a handler, but like it's just funny how like you look at their box scores each night and like it's kind of similar. Like Jaime's a better scorer, let's be real, but like yeah, it's just funny how they're both like walking triple doubles when they get 35 minutes out of nowhere.
I know, every time without fail.
Yeah. Papa Oso has a good question in the chat here. The board's inviting you to pair two of the top Knicks together, like almost every single time, whether it be Brunson and Cat or Hart and Brunson or that sort of thing. How are you thinking about rules and combos there? Are you de-emphasizing those two? Are you playing more of them? If you put two of them together, are you more likely to add a Raptor? What are your thoughts, just in terms of combo mapping?
I think the only thing I care about is not duping.
Okay.
I'm going to have a lot of entries. You're going to have to do some things that don't feel good in your combos. Yeah. So that's the only thing I care about is just not duping myself.
Sure.
I'll pair two of the Knicks 5. There's no problem with that.
Okay. Sounds good, dude. Anything else to say? The OG versus Bridges. Do you have a favorite there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, like? I prefer OG.
Okay.
He's his third game back now.
Yep.
Yeah, he just when they're on the floor together, OG typically outperforms Bridges, but for whatever reason, it's not being drafted like that.
I think
and I don't think it's being projected like that either.
Yeah, I think the Bridges minutes just feel safer for people, and like Bridges always has a little bit higher of a scoring ceiling, but and people
I don't know that that's true.
No, you don't think so?
I feel like OG consistently puts up 20 plus, just like from just camping out and banging threes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. That's how I like. So I'm just kind of surprised that it's being played that way. I don't know, but okay. I have a pretty strong OG stance tonight though. 45% OG, comparatively, 22% Mikal. So I'm as you say, I'm flagging the plant.
Okay. I respect it, dude. I respect the stance. Hopefully the minutes uptick in the third one back. I like that. Nick saying the more players that are out for the Knicks, you just want to boost all the players, but you actually just boost Josh Hart. That's pretty funny. Rocket
right.
Sauce saying Mikal definitely higher ceiling, could get 7 stocks. No, man, the OG can get 7 stocks too. They're both equally great defensively. It's just Mikal's minutes are way safer. That's the only thing. They both have that huge stock ceiling. Anybody else in the last round there, Nez? Mitch Robb might be the most overdrafted player to me this evening, but he could get a couple blocks and rip a couple boards, and that's all you need to really separate in the last round there, especially if he plays fuller minutes than we're accustomed to. And the fact that it's not a back-to-back and they've had 2 days off and it's a cup game, like that does look like an opportunity for Mitchell Robinson minute ceiling, which is not great for Cat, but is good for his individual output in my estimation, especially with the Cat Q tag potential there. Thoughts on the Mitchell Robinson? And is there anybody else draftable? Like Jordan Clarkson could fill it up off the bench from a scoring perspective, or if Cat's unable to go, we didn't really talk about that scenario. He probably draws in. Just thoughts?
Yeah, I think I mean, obviously, like there's not a very high ceiling with Mitchell Robinson, and given these projections, because he needs Towns to be out to get the minutes increase and whatnot. But Mitchell Robinson a problem defensively, and he racks up stocks and racks up boards. There's a chance that he is what's working best for the Knicks, and you see more minutes than you would have typically expected to see, and he puts up 35 or 40 fantasy points. But it's thin. But we've seen that happen before, where they're like, "Hey, Mitch Rob is like what's working," and he is like causing crazy runs for us. Like we got to just play Mitch Rob and let him be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like full backup 5 Mitch Rob tonight? Like there's a 0% chance they do like the Cat plus Mitch Rob thing. Like they're probably just going to play small and keep starting Josh Hart and OG, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I mean Clarkson's kind of interesting. He's really, really low owned today. And he can still get hot, man. He can still get hot. And
I mean, north of 30 fantasy points 2 games ago.
I don't think it's crazy to say that Clarkson finds his way to, extended run. Like if Clarkson's hot and Mikal is just not it. You just keep Clarkson out there and let him shoot it. They will ride a hot hand.
Yeah.
They will do that. And I mean, if you're drafting 150, at a certain point, man, you're going to be running into a team where you're like, shit, this is 100% drafted with De Silva, 100% drafted with Goga. Like, I need a different pick here. I think Clarkson makes sense, man. He is going to be really, really low owned in this contest.
100%. Also with Deuce out, right? Oh, Nick just said the same thing in the chat. With Deuce out, like he just expands the handling role off the bench way more so, opposed to being 7th guy and then having the role also cannibalized, While we've been talking, Tyler Hero's officially in. Drew Smith is in as well. I did see something in the alpha that Pele Larson and Donovan were already in as of yesterday, so that wasn't news. All right. Cool. All right, dude. Let's rip a couple drafts alongside the solver here and see what happens.
Let's do it.
Did 6 of them this morning just to get acquainted with the slate. Interesting to note that they have a projection. Karl Anthony Towns at 1 right there is their number 1 recommended pick here. If we knew he was 100%, interested to see what Gumby does in here. Matthew the Goat and our guy T-Box hanging out. How's that Chex Mix treating you, bro?
It's all gone.
All gone. Shout out T-Box. T-Box's wife, Mrs. T-Box, with the best Chex Mix in all of the land, apparently.
Dude, that was great. That was great. Such a good snack. I didn't need that around me at all times, like I had it. But yeah, no, that was fantastic.
Respect. All right. Oh, Cognition messaged me back here. Might be able to make tomorrow at 2 p.m. work. All right, perfect. So might have a winner's circle with the Dawg Bowl champion to kick off tomorrow's
Right
show.
on.
All right, Nez, what's the move? We get the chalk start here of Scotty Bolway and Jalen Brunson. Is this the cat tier no matter what?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Checks out to me. Go ahead and take cat there. Bam and BI go next. What say you to pulling up Paulo here?
Yeah, I like it.
Let's flip the board a little bit there. Just say that Paulo gets a little bit more expanded. Desmond Bain's been playing some nice basketball while we've been gone. Suggs is going to project right there alongside them. But if Paulo plays anywhere close to full, that feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I've been playing it, which is why I have very little heart.
Mikkel OG, we can keep pushing the IQ Q tag, I think. Anthony Black is up here as well. Who do you like?
I think Mikhail or Black here.
All right, let's do Mikhail. We'll play two of these guys. We will see if IQ pushes around the corner or if T-Box is just jamming it. Norm Powell goes, then IQ goes. We're going to have the Wiggins, OG, and Black decision here, or we could go scrolling further.
No, you do not. You don't need to scroll here.
Okay.
So I think it's OG or Anthony Black.
All right, let's take Anthony Black because we already got two Knicks on the team, although maybe that's how everybody feels. This is basically what just took place in our room here. Nick's asking, do you guys like Anthony Black more than the OG, Mikkel, Norm, and Wiggins tier?
Not more than Norm.
Okay.
But more than Wiggins.
Okay, sounds good. Definitely best hair on the slate, if that accounts for anything. Although he hasn't had the fro this year. I think he's had...
he rocks it for the pictures.
Yeah, he had it for the pictures, but I think he's been having the cornrows this year. We get the Ware, Davion, and JJJ decision here, Nez.
Yeah. I've been doing Ware or Davion more than Jaime. So
all right, let's take Davion.
Suggestion.
Take Davion there. Jaime Hawkins Jr. and Ware go to T-Box. And then we can mess around, find out here. What about Jamal Shed pick here?
Yeah, that would be my suggestion.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this is like a pretty flat back tier here. As you guys could see, like just looking at the solver projections, like Mitch Robb has the highest ADP, but he's an 18.4, 18.3, 19.7, 19.3, 19.2. Yeah, man, you can really justify a lot of narratives right here. If Sandro's going to be drafted with this team at like a 85% frequency, just getting the leverage of going down to Jamal with the Q tag at like, what do you think? 25% drafted, 30% drafted, something like that. Just feels like a good lever to pull, no, Nez?
Yeah, if we get the swap, he's going to obviously become way owned, maybe 100%. But at least you got him in the 6th round.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Sandro goes, and then Mitch Robb goes after that. So, yeah, not much scrolling on tonight's slate relative to that. There's kind of just this band of like 8, and it's because we expect everyone to be a little tighter this evening, given that it's because the cup, you know?
Cup's a big deal, man. These guys show up. It was a great idea. It's been very well executed, and they're taking it seriously.
I like everything about the cup with the exception of the stupid courts.
Yeah. What are we doing with that, man?
Yeah, this is the National Basketball Association. I don't need the 2K courts. You want to put that in the video game, go for it. But it's such an eyesore on TV for me.
Yeah, it's got to hurt viewership.
I would think so. Like, if my old man who doesn't watch a ton of hoops and he's always watching hockey is scrolling from like that beautiful white ice, and then goes color court, there's no way he's staying.
No shot.
0% shot, man. I'm trying to think of some of the teams that were like first, like leading in the charge. Like obviously the Nets did like that kind of like gray-ish court, but at least it was kind of like gray, so it was a muted backdrop.
Yeah, it still looked like shit.
Yeah, it still wasn't great. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like Oregon did like the big trees on their court for a while there.
Yeah. Yep.
Scotty Bolway is your 101, Nez.
He's mine.
Let's do it, man. The solver agrees with you. That's their highest projection right now, so we'll take that.
That's what I've been doing. So you can go hand in hand with me.
Ooh, shout out to Bobby. Having all the major sweats of the smaller contest was nice. I shipped 2 of the playbooks last week. Mad love, Bobby.
Ooh, man, setting the table.
Little TJ Detweiler on the on the thing there. Ooh. On the PFP.
Yeah, that's cool.
A little bit of recess, if you know, you know. Paulo getting pulled up by Chad G at 5 there, so kind of replicating something that we did. That's good. Process goes with a BI plus Towns start. Let's see what David does here. Mr. Good Boy. Ooh, Tyler Hero goes there. So we get Bane to come back to a Scotty team here. And then we also have the Suggs decision or the Hart. Yeah. Should we play the only player in the NBA or should we what do you like here, dude?
Oh man. Yeah, is it bad to take Josh Hart here?
No, I think it's probably fun. Do it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
He's the only player in the NBA. So let's just add him in there.
Too easy.
There you go. It's an interesting question. What do you guys think about passing on Bam at the 4-5? I mean, it's definitely the most replicated combo is Bam just sitting at the 4-5.
Yeah.
Interesting dynamic there. I'd be less concerned about giving up super teams because somebody else is doing it in some other place anyways. And I mean, if you're just looking at raw projection numbers, I'm looking at the ETR stuff right now. Unabated's not out yet. Raw projection for Bam, 37.5. Suggs, 37.3. BI, 37.1. Bane, 37.1. Paulo, 36.1. Like, that's a fraction of a fantasy point between there, but ADP doesn't treat it as such. So go ahead and pass on it, man. It's not a big deal at all.
No, it's not.
Is Wiggins a tier break for you, Nez?
I think so here.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's take Wiggins here, and then all the chalk in all the world is going to tell you to take one of the next 3. Let's flip the board and take Davion.
That's fun. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, go ahead and put 2 of the Miami players. We get some rare fallers. I mean, not rare, but like rare-ish fallers in terms of combo that you go with the 6 and a 7 at 8 and 9. And then everybody who gets that opportunity is then just going to jam Wendell Carter Jr. or jam, whomever is right there tethered in ADP. We'll flip the board. We'll pull Davion over. Davion ices a bunch of 3s like he was prone to do in the playoffs last year and was just breaking the models last year. This is a cup game. Maybe Davion clutches up yet again. He's got some stock stealing. And now we could go ahead and get weird with the last pick, potentially taking like Goga and play leverage off the Wendell Carter Jr. teams even further. Never mind. This guy takes Goga. We could do a little Jamal Shed team here and do a little leverage off of the IQ teams. I think it would be bad to pair IQ and Shed, like just in a vacuum. Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, I think it's the move.
Yeah, I think they could. I think Scotty can still hit ceiling if it's not point Scotty night, because Jamal's just he's a good passer, man. Like he's got tons of potentials in the assist category every time. Good floor ceiling in the last round.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, just probably bad for sure if IQ plays, but I mean,
He's still playing 20 minutes and off the bench and give you 20 fantasy points. Like,
that's true. Decent floor.
yeah, man, a good floor ceiling in my opinion. Like Tristan Da Silva doesn't have that. Like Clarkson's a little more peaks and values.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, Nez. I think that's a good place to tie a bow on it. Shout out to the solver. Shout out to the good people at Unabated. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, who took care of us in a beautiful way all weekend long. And shout out to Cognition 10, who hopefully will join us for a winner circle by the sounds of it tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and message him back right now and get that all set up there. Also, mad love to all the people. I hate saying names and whatever on the show all the time because I feel like we forget people or we miss people or, we hang out with tons of people while we're there. And I'm sorry, guys, if we missed you or we missed a shout out to you or anything like that. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. And we had a great time all weekend with everyone there.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to fucking everybody. Love to see it. But shout out in particular to Gunnar Ross for the badges up, baby. There it is. There it is. Yeah, great time this weekend. I'm sure more pictures are going to be circulating as the weeks roll on here and we get the professional photography rolling on through. So we'll be sure to share more of the Dawg Bowl and keep your ear to the street, guys, as Advancement Day comes up on Wednesday there and the pods start dropping and the stimmies start rolling in. Methinks there might be some new contests in the lobby coming our way eventually here. So keep your ear to the street. Anything else for the people, Nez?
See you in these lobbies, in these NBA lobbies, and catch you guys tomorrow as well.
Yeah, enjoy the NBA Cup. We'll be back tomorrow for some more NBA Cup coverage and hopefully a winner circle with the Dawg Bowl champion. So on behalf of myself and Nez, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.